All right, Nolan, thank you for joining us. So we have some questions we're going to ask you. So number one, what are some of your earliest memories of growing up in Lake Forest?
Earliest memories probably, where my parents live in Peachwood area and just playing in the front yard, in the street, playing wiffle ball, basketball, hockey, just being around and going to elementary school at Elisa Elementary. And I remember all those things and just growing up here and having friends hanging out with friends down the street and stuff like that. Just kind of a fun time, and I remember it very vividly, and I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. So I heard your wiffle ball games were pretty epic. From all the kids in the neighborhood.
I would challenge anybody in wiffle ball out here in Lake Forest. No,
awesome, awesome. All right. Well, how did your love for baseball develop?
I think it was just my mom and dad. They love baseball. That's their favorite sport, and they just kind of groomed me into it, and they wanted me to play it, and I always really loved it. I always felt attached to it. I was always willing to work on it at a young age, and I used to play soccer, and I'd play basketball and stuff, and I never really those were like seasonal sports. I would just do baseball all the time, and I just really loved it, and it was just something that just grew on me, something that I knew I wanted to do.
That's awesome. I heard your mom would play catch with you a lot.
Yeah, my mom would play catch with me. What we used to do is, when we were little, I would sit at the end of the driveway and she'd just roll the ball down the driveway, and I would field ground balls, throw it back to her, and just do it all day. And it was pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What was it like growing up and playing baseball in Lake Forest? Was it, was there a big baseball following? Were you part of the Little League?
Yeah, it was. I don't know how Little League is now, but it was a big deal back then. And especially around here, there were so many kids, and we had a lot of friends, a lot of competition, and a lot of good players. I mean, it was super competitive and super fun. And like I said, I used to get really nervous for those games just because you'd get made fun of if you blew it or if you lost. And, you would always try to win, and because you're playing against your friends. So, you're going to hear about it if you lose. And it was just so much fun growing up there, because we'd get up at 8 in the morning and we wouldn't leave the pit till like 9 at night, 10 at night. We just spent all day there, and it was just so much fun.
Amazing. Yeah. That's so cool that you have those memories
still.
That's cool. So what does it mean to you to represent not only El Toro High School, but like all of Lake Forest? All the kids look up to you. Yeah,
well, it means a lot. I know, the city's a pretty quiet city. It's a very, it's been amazing. There's been some good players that come out, but to be known as a baseball player to come out of Lake Forest it's a good feeling. Like I said, I always want to make them proud, and I never want to let up. And it's been amazing. I'm very fortunate to be born here. I've been raised by a lot of great people in the city that have helped me become the person that I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
In what ways has Lake Forest changed, or is it a lot like how it was growing up?
It's changed a little bit. It's nice. It's a little nicer. Yeah, it's nicer. There's so many nice things going on here. The restaurants are all cool. I mean, going down El Toro, the restaurants are all nice. The buildings are all clean. And when I was a little younger, it wasn't as clean. And obviously, you got the Lake Forest Sports Park here, which is unbelievable. Yeah. And I even, like I said, I told you earlier, I still come here and train. And
that's awesome.
And it's been awesome. I mean, they're clean. It's been cleaned up. It's great. It's nice coming back here. Like I said, it's home, so it's pretty amazing to come back and to come home and see that they've done a great job around here.
That's great. So it sounds like a change in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, now that you've traveled across the United States, how does Lake Forest compare to other cities that you've seen?
Yeah, well, small. It's small. Some of these cities you go to, they're huge. They're Chicago, New York, and some of these cities are huge, but. I like that. That's what I like. I like coming back to a small. I want home to be a smaller area, a smaller city. And it's not too wild or too crazy. And I really like that. It's peaceful for me and my family. And like I said, we love coming back here. And like I said, it's home. So I feel rejuvenated when I come back here.
Great. So it's like a time for you to come here and decompress.
Decompress, absolutely. Yeah. When the season's over, it's just nice to come back here. There's not people everywhere. It's just nice little family homes, and it's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. That's good to hear. So back in 2014, El Toro High School retired your number. Yeah. With now having a street in Lake Forest named after you, what does it mean to have that type of impact on future generations?
Oh, well, it's huge. I mean, I remember when I wanted to make the major leagues, one, because I want to be a major leaguer, but two, I knew that I can get my number retired in high school, and I always wanted that, to have my number retired in high school. That means you made it, in baseball terms, so. I always wanted that, and then once that happened, that was great. But to have a street named, it's pretty surreal. It probably won't hit me until like I start driving by it. I'm like, oh, dude, my name's on the street.
Yeah.
But
give people directions to the park.
yeah. Like I said, I'll put it on my phone. The directions will speak to me. But
yeah.
no, it's a pretty surreal moment. I mean, it's hard to put into words just because I feel like I'm not done yet. You know, like I still have a lot to give to the game and a lot to give to the city and my family and my friends. So it's hard to put into words. It probably hit me a little bit later, but I'm very thankful that it's up there, and it's really cool to see people appreciate what I do. That means a lot. Sometimes you feel like sometimes your work goes unnoticed. Sometimes you feel like that, and it's just cool to get an email saying that, hey, we want to name a street after you. It's just kind of like, wait, what? That is awesome. Like it was really a surreal moment.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's not too often that you get that opportunity.
Yeah, it was amazing.
When you are back in Lake Forest, what's your favorite go-to spot to get food? That's an important question.
I'm dairy free. I don't eat dairy anymore, but Amici's used to be my spot.
Okay.
Amici's Pizza.
All right.
That was our spot after we go eat there before games at high school, and like that was our pizza spot. Din Ho is still a great, it's still a Chinese spot, Chinese food. Bagels and Brew is where I go. I still go.
Staple.
Yeah, I still go there like every day. Grab my breakfast there. 7-Eleven right there on Lake Forest, and Tribuco is usually my go-to to go get some snacks and stuff. Juice it up right there on El Toro.
Yeah.
I go.
Do people recognize you?
Not usually. Not usually. Yeah.
So only maybe really diehard baseball
probably.
fans.
I mean, some of the workers, I think they know me not because of baseball, just because I go in there all the time now. But those are the few spots. Bravo, Abos, and Foothill Ranch, so that don't count.
It counts.
It counts. Okay, all right, we're still close. Okay, but no, I mean those are the main spots. I love Bagels and Brew is probably the main.
Yeah,
one. It's just right there. It's the go-to. It's
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you try to eat healthy in the off season?
Yeah. I try to eat as healthy as I can.
Okay.
And there's a lot of healthy places around here, so I get it. We're fine. I'm okay.
We're trying to bring more healthy places. I'm hoping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Well, I think that kind of covers our official questions.
Yeah, that's great.
So thank you for your interview.
No problem.
And your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.